Hello, Jessica Yourbricks here, back for another LEGO movie review, and this is set number 70805. It's called the Trash Chomper. It has 389 pieces, 3 minifigures, and it retails for $30 in the US. Now, these are just starting to show up at stores. I found mine at Toys R Us, but people are finding them in all places. And of course, I live in the US and in Florida, so if you guys are looking for it. And so now let's take a look at the packaging. So here's the box for the set, and you can see it's very detailed. It actually has the $30 box size that we're used to seeing nowadays. And the background, this shows kind of like a little setup for a city or whatever. And the top shows the minifigures right there. And here's the back. This box actually feels a lot like a license box, just for people wondering. And you can see it says 2 in 1. So that shows all the little play features in both of the builds. And you do get 3 instruction booklets. You actually get 2 for the transformed build, as some people may call it. And you can see one, then this one right here. Then you get one right here for the other build, which is just kind of the regular garbage truck build. So here's the first minifigure, and it is Garbage Man Dan. And you can see his facial printing actually isn't new. It's the facial printing used in some police sets in 2013. You can see it right there. But he does come with a nice new cap mold, which is the one that you can put the headphones in. I actually haven't gotten this cap yet, which is pretty cool. And it just kind of fits nicely on his head right there. You can see his torso is actually really detailed. It's kind of like a Garbage Man torso, but it has lots of little stains. And his legs are really detailed too, and I really do love them because you can use them for construction workers and stuff like that. And they don't have any stains or anything like that. So that's really cool. He does come with a cup, which is a little odd accessory because if he's taking out garbage, it's kind of gross that he has a cup. And here's the back, and you can see he does have some dirt stains on the back of his torso, which is just a continuation of that garbage print. The next figure is Garbage Man Grant, and he has a very nice torso printing and facial printing, which I believe is new. But his torso printing is the same as Garbage Man Dan. You can see right there. So they do have identical torso and leg printing, which is okay because I really love the torso and leg printing. And he does wear a different cap from Garbage Man Dan, which is, he just wears kind of that beanie cap or whatever it's called. And you can see the back, he has some dirt stains right there. Last up is Gordon Zola. It's not even Chef Gordon Zola on the box. And you can see he's actually an updated version of the classic Lego City, or more like Lego World City chef. And he has a different expression from that one because that one is basically him but just regular smiling. So it's nice that they have an alternate face because the regular version, it can't have a double-sided face because then the little chef's hat wouldn't cover it. So that's a very nice variation, and it is exclusive to this figure. And his torso is not exclusive because it's the same one that I was talking about. That's just kind of the regular chef torso. And he does have the pants right there. He comes with this little frying pan, which is actually really cool. And that's really it for the figure. There's no back printing or anything like that. Since these 2-in-1 LEGO movie sets come with alternate builds to each other, where you have to use the same pieces, I'll take a look at the transformed vehicles or whatnot first, which also come with the micromanager, and then I'll take a look at the regular vehicle where they're kind of just a regular garbage truck in this case next. So first we'll look at this little build right here, and I'll take a look at the little micromanager. And I don't really like these, to be honest, these little micromanager. I think that's what they're called. I'm not exactly sure because the movie is not out yet. And they come with these little claws which you can move up and down. And each build is different, though they look a lot like the same because they use like the same kind of blandish colors. And there's not really any play features or anything with this guy either. He comes with these 2 little flick and fire missiles, which I guess you could kind of reveal by putting that part up like that. And those just shoot kind of far right there. Not really anything too interesting if you ask me, as they don't even go really far. And that's really it for the build. And you can see on the bottom they have these little parts so you can stand up. And I guess they're supposed to fly around and stuff, so they're very swooshable, or at least this one is because he has the wings coming out. And of course they're an evil little thing, and I believe they're sent out by Lord Business. And I just noticed I actually have this on kind of wrong because I didn't put the part right there. And so yeah, that's it for this little micromanager, dude. Nothing too interesting if you ask me. So here's the Trash Chomper, one of the builds, and you can see the front actually is really cool. I like this little play feature where you can open it and close it like that. And there's actually a few stickers right there. There's this part for the caution, little orange parts. And then this part says vehicle stops frequently, and that's a caution. And then on the side, there's a sticker right there. And a sticker right there. And then on the top, there's this little sticker that says Octin Rubbish. and then it shows the little, I guess you could say, recycling thing right there. And it also says RP70805. And I have to say, these parts always fling off. The little parts on the sides, which kind of clip in like that. So that's a little bit of a flaw, I have to admit. It's a little, like, really annoying if you're going to play with it. So I would suggest actually taking them off because they don't really add much. They look a little bit weird. And so if you're wondering, like, if you could fit a minifigure in there, you could kind of barely fit. And it doesn't really close that much. You can see what's, like, you see it kind of messes up if you put a minifigure in there, which is kind of a shame. But you can still put a few things in there, like they give you some garbage to put in there, which I'll show on the back. Then the side, you can see there's some detail right there. There's actually this part right here with the little thrusters on the bottom. And there's just kind of this wing part right here, which actually looks pretty cool, where they use these tires to make it look like it is a transformed little garbage truck, which is really cool. And then they have these little shooters right here. And you can see the side right there. Then for the back, they have these two garbage cans, and this is where you could put like the trash in, like I was talking about. So you got a little boat, and then you got this little, I guess you could say, top of a carrot piece or whatnot. And I'll show those in the chopper later. And they got these little thrusters right here, which you can move up and down actually. So if you're making it lift off, you can go like that, and then you can move it up when it's flying. So this is a very swooshable vehicle, but when you do swoosh it around, stuff like this falls off, and then the little broom right there, which I already took off, falls off. So that's a little bit of a flaw, I have to admit. Still, I really do like the design of this build. And for the top part, you can see there's these little vents right here. And then there's this sticker on the top that says Octane Rubbish, and it shows a little recycle symbol right there. So I guess this is more of a recycling truck than a trash truck or whatnot. But then again, a lot of garbage trucks nowadays have that sticker or whatnot. And it says HP70805, of course indicating the set number and I guess the designer's name. And you can take off that part, which again says Octane Rubbish on there. I don't know if you guys can see that. And you can put a little minifigure right there. It only fits one minifigure, unfortunately. So put one of the garbage guys right there. And there's actually a steering wheel so they could control it. So that's a very nice detail. And you can see the back right there, there's not much room on the little cockpit or whatnot. And the only part where you can really put another minifigure that they show on the box is holding onto this. So that's kind of common for garbage trucks because a lot of them hold on the side like a lot of garbage people. And so he could kind of be swinging like that. And so yeah, it's a really kind of cool design, but there's a lot of little flaws that kind of fall off and stuff. Particularly these parts right here, and then these little broom parts. But still, I really do like the design, and I like the play feature. Definitely my favorite out of the 2-in-1 vehicles, but then again, it's the only one I own. But just looking at the other ones. But I have to say my favorite of the kind of like transformed flying vehicles, because I like the vehicle for the ice cream truck and the plumber truck that aren't flying or whatnot. And oh, I forgot to show you, putting these little pieces in here, you can see they kind of fit in there. And you could just go like that. And there's actually these little compartments right here that hold the pieces, so if they're small pieces. And again, this part falls off. And so yeah, that's it for the transformed vehicle, and now onto the other vehicle. So here's the garbage truck, and you can see it actually has a really kind of compact design, and I really, really like that. It actually, I think this is probably my favorite out of all the garbage trucks that we have. Okay. So here's the garbage truck, and it has a really compact design, and I have to say this is probably my favorite garbage truck that we've gotten yet. And that's saying a lot because some of the city ones are actually really cool, like the orange one, which I have. But that tends to break really easily, and I don't know, there's something about the orange color on that one, even though I love orange, that makes it look a bit off. But this one, I do like the green color. Another green color one is the one from 2012, I believe, and that one was kind of green and white. But this one is just like all green, and you can see there's some stickers that they use from the other builds, so that's cool because you don't have to like remove any stickers or anything like that. And it says G349 right there. And the front, it's actually pretty cool because they use this like little window right here, which is usually seen on like buses and stuff like that. You can just take off the top and fit a minifigure in there. So I'll put Garbage Man Grant, I believe. And you just kind of put him right there. There you go, he fits in there pretty well. And then you can see it says Octane Rubbish, and it uses the sticker right there too. So that's really cool. And another really cool thing is that you could keep the micromanager built while you have this model built. And they don't even show that on like the instruction booklet because they said the micromanager is part of the other build. So that's kind of interesting. And the side, you can see that they still keep the stickers intact, like I said, and there's some more detail right here with this little broom. So that's really cool. And on the back, the little play feature with this is that you got to move this little part right here. And if you twist it up, it does basically what the chomper does in it. Oh, it moves up a little bit and then it closes a little bit. So that's really cool. And you can kind of fit a few things in there, maybe make them throw, where is it, the stuff from the garbage can, so you can just kind of dump it in there. And then you just close it like that. So that's really cool, and I really do like that function. It makes it look a lot like a garbage truck, and it's cool that they've got that function down where they have a kind of a little bit of a different function in the Trash Chomper. So that's really cool. I do like this garbage truck, and yeah, I don't really have much complaints about it. I actually think the play feature on this one works better. This one's a lot more sturdy than the Trash Chomper, which is a little bit disappointing. Even though I think that this is a pretty cool build, I still like the Trash Chomper just a little bit better, maybe because I already have a garbage truck. But this is definitely the best garbage truck out there for me. So that is it. You can see the bottom right there, just in case you wanted to see that. And then inside, there's actually not much room, and it's kind of hard to take it off, so that's a little bit of a flaw. It's hard to take off the top, and there's really not much room, and you can see that's all that's like in there. There's just like a little bit of space. I put the extra pieces from the Trash Chomper in there, so I could kind of build them easily if I want to rebuild it. There's a hole for where the minifigure is at. And so yeah, that's it for this build, and now onto the final verdict. So overall, what did I think of this set? This is actually a pleasant surprise. I really like this set. I wasn't expecting to like this set that much. The minifigures are really cool. I like how you get some exclusive minifigures and some exclusive prints. The actual build for the garbage truck and the Trash Chomper are really cool. The only flaws I have with those are kind of big flaws, and for the Trash Chomper alone, which is probably the better build, as I was playing it with it, even after my close-up, the functions started to break actually with the Chomper, and I didn't get to show that, but the actual top part would like move and then the bottom part wouldn't. And I kind of showed it a little bit in the review, but that's a big problem because it looks like it's really not sturdy and it could actually ruin the pieces and stuff like that. Additionally, with the Chomper, a lot of the pieces fly off, which I didn't like these pieces will fall off with the Chomper, but thankfully they're sturdy right here. Still, that's kind of a big flaw considering that I like the Chomper just a little bit better. But I think the play features on these are really cool considering that you have a 2-in-1 build, which adds a lot of playability, and you also have those two really nice play features where you can move them up and down like that. So that's really cool. Not really much flaws with this actual garbage truck, I have to say, so I can't really give it a low grade. I have to give it an A because one of the builds is really cool, and then one of the builds is really cool and it works. So I don't know. I guess it's an A. These are kind of hard to rate considering like how they work and stuff like that. And the only really problem, I don't really like the micromanager, but that doesn't really add anything or like remove anything because it will still be over a price per piece ratio if they didn't add him. So I think the price is excellent. Like the price is amazing on these sets. And so yeah, that's really it. I like the designs of both of them. Unlike say Castle Cavalry, like I don't like that set at all. So I will see you guys later. Bye.